I think at this point, we can all agree that the ReliaQuest Bowl was another debacle for Alabama, and people aren't happy with the quarterback position. I think Jalen Milroe has played his last game at Alabama, but what's next? Ty Simpson, Austin Mack, or could Keelon Russell actually make a push to be Alabama's quarterback? Maybe a Jameis Winston type guy that could come in and make a difference. Who knows? We're going to talk about it right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Let's get this show started. Let's talk about the future, not the past, at Alabama. And Happy New Year, y'all. Roll Tide. Great to talk to you guys here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. I know there's a lot going on when it comes to the future at the quarterback position. I'm going to talk about Jalen Milroe later on in the show because his Alabama career is over, and it either by the time you're watching it could be announced, or maybe they're waiting to see if another team besides Alabama comes in with NIL money and maybe buys him out of the NFL draft. But he will never start another game for Alabama. And, we wish him the very best. Really, I like him. But the performance against Michigan kind of underscores exactly what the problem was with Alabama in the games that they lost. He's a dynamic player, but, I think it's just time to turn the page and turn the leadership over to someone else. And the big question is, can Keelon Russell come in and basically make an impact on this Alabama team? And you guys know him, 5-star quarterback from Duncanville, Texas. He was the Gatorade Player of the Year, Athlete of the Year, and really turned heads, 6A football at Texas, Duncanville High, did nothing but win consistently there, champion on the field, off the field, and someone that is going to come to Alabama with high expectations, right? And a lot of people feel like he is someone who reminds them of Jaden Daniels, who's in the NFL right now, and having a really good rookie season for Washington. This year, Russell came up short in the quest for a third straight championship in Texas high school football, but still the team ended up 13-1. So they had another just amazing season. And could he possibly come in and take this starting job from Ty Simpson, or could he possibly take it from Austin Mack? Both of those guys have experience. Ty Simpson is the clear front runner for this job. I mean, he was the backup when he came into the games. He was able to go out there and do some things, and he got that start. Well, it came off the bench against South Florida 2 years ago, led Alabama to a win. You could see definitely some promise with him. And, you hear him practice that he has done nothing but improve under Coach DeBoer, maybe closer to a Coach DeBoer style QB. And then, obviously when he was back up with Saban as the head coach, right? But I think a lot of people feel like, and I think this is a fair statement, that there's no reason why he didn't get at least some reps in that bowl game against Michigan. When Milroe couldn't catch the football, couldn't throw the football, couldn't find anybody open, kept turning it over. At some point, why, in a game that really was meaningless, not get some experience out of it? If we're going to lose to Michigan, why not lose with the guy that's the future? And I think that's a question that Coach DeBoer has to answer. It could be just as simple as, I'm going to the dance with obviously the person I brought, and that being Jalen Milroe. But Alabama didn't do anything in that game on the quarterback position wise to help themselves for the start of next year in that gauntlet of a schedule that they have. And also, who knows? I mean, Ty Simpson starting, would that put him in position to be the quarterback next year? I don't know. But for Keelon Russell to come in and take this job, he is going to have to be extraordinary. And a lot of you guys feel like he is. He's going to have to know the playbook. He's going to have to show off amazing ability to read defenses. So the likelihood of it happening is super small. But with that said, it doesn't mean it's impossible. A lot of it has to do with how Ty Simpson and Austin Mack perform. And Dylan Lonergan already in the transfer portal and gone. And, and so that takes one guy that I thought could have been a factor in this out of the picture, right? So anyway, I think that I'm going to give you my percentage chance here of Keelon Russell being the next quarterback at Alabama. And I'm going to tell you that it's probably around 3%. I think it's very, very small. But there's still a chance. And he could come in and totally blow the coaches away and take that job. I think that coaches worry about players without having experience, coming in and basically not understanding or not being ready for the step up between high school and college. Going back to Jalen Milroe, after the ReliaQuest Bowl, he didn't really want to talk about what his options are, but I'm telling you guys that he's not coming back. Like, if I don't believe that Alabama is going to offer him the opportunity to return as their quarterback. I just don't think so. I think NIL money is one of the reasons. I think that the way that he performed this year, you just get the feeling that they're ready to turn the page. The Alabama offense wasn't good enough this year. And I'm not putting that on just Milroe. I'm putting that on the offensive line. I'm putting that on the play calling. The play calling to me at times was baffling. The execution was baffling. It's got to get better, and could there be, a new offensive coordinator that's in the mix? Maybe, someone becomes available that DeBoer's worked with in the past that could come in and just slide right in and work with these guys. But whatever it is, the offense that we saw was just not good enough. And they're going to have to rebuild that offensive line without their best offensive lineman, Tyler Booker. And, and who knows who else could go to the NFL. I think that those will all be things that are decided coming up here. But despite the a lot of the good things that Milroe does, and there's a lot of those, there's a lot of things that he needs to improve on. Couple side notes. Jahad Campbell declared for the NFL draft. That's no shocker. The Alabama linebacker, their best defensive player, has decided to go to the NFL draft. He's ready to take the next step in his career. He said 6'3", 245 pounds. Dude had 117 tackles and 54 solo tackles, which was really something to watch. He was second team All SEC, according to the AP. I really like this guy, man. I mean, it was hard keeping him off the field last year. Came down from New Jersey to play at Alabama in the 2022 recruiting class, and all he did was just go out there and perform. So we wish him the best. Team's going to get a really good player when they put him in there, whoever ends up drafting him. And we wish him the best moving forward. It's going to be tough to replace him. And lastly, in the transfer portal, Bama loses another wide receiver, which really is it's a little concerning to me. Jaron Hamilton becomes the fifth wide receiver to hit the transfer portal. I wonder why. Did they not like the offense? Did they not like the wide receiver coach? Did they not like Kalen DeBoer? Is it just that they feel like they're not going to get an opportunity? But to lose five guys in one group is definitely alarming. And it's not like, Bama was amazing at the wide receiver spot. Now, Ryan Williams was, and Jeremy Bernard was, but maybe these guys feel like they weren't targeted enough, and they wanted to get out. So anyway, that's another guy in the transfer portal. Most of the players that have left have already gone ahead and declared where they're going to play. And it's funny to see where some of these guys end up going. Hunter Osborne went to Virginia, And Dylan Lonergan is going to Boston College, so he'll play right away. Devontae Smith to Notre Dame, Emmanuel Henderson to Kansas, and then Damian Payne to Michigan. You guys, if you're looking for kind of an updated list on that and other stuff, check out my man Clint Lamb and covercrimson.com. So that's like a sister channel to us. All right, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to hit you on my trip now. Now that we got by New Year's and that debacle bowl game, we can start focusing on 2025, if you can believe that. So roll tide, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Let me tell you this too. Channel is brought to you by Pearl River Resort over in Philadelphia, Mississippi. New Year's here. Our friend West had a blast. Won the tickets to the Hinder Tonic and Fuel concert. Went in, did the spa, did the concert. Won on the games. Ended up walking out of there with almost $1,600. So not only a great concert, not only a lot of fun, but the guy rolled out with some cash. So roll tide to you, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that. A lot of other great concerts coming up over at Pearl River. So check them out. Also, it's still in effect. $50 at the sports book gets you Dancing Rabbit Golf Course for $40. So that's something to take advantage of. But thanks, guys. Also, now that you got that holiday cash in your pocket, newlifeart.com, promo code Bama Tailgate. Pimp your man cave out. Look, I'm in the hotel here. I got whatever that picture is right there. Wouldn't a Daniel Moore be so much better than that? You're right, it would be. Roll Tide, guys. Thanks for hanging, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow unless something big breaks. Roll Tide.
To Pearl River Resort.